The other thing that you and I have talked about recently that is back in the news is the possibility of other life forms here on Earth. Is it just my feed, or is this coming up in your social media and like your life more these days? Okay, no, it's just me. Okay. But I'm in news and I talked to Walter, so that's what's happening. Well, my old pal Brett Baer over on Fox News just did this interview, okay? Yes, we like Brett. And he interviewed like the god of UAPs. That's what they call him now.
What used to be called UFOs.
Yes.
They got an upgrade.
Former Air Force guy. Just listen to this soundbite. Watch.
I don't like to characterize necessarily where they came from. They're definitely some kind of non-human sentience, but it is true, believe it or not, we've recovered the vehicles, and we actually have physical proof, and I was actually partially cleared into some of those activities. It was beyond oral testimony provided to me. I actually had partial access to the data and actually read the intelligence reports resulting from those programs.
Like with your own eyes, correct. You saw it.
Yes.
All right, now that's extraordinary because my understanding is this is not some kook, this is not some crackpot, this is former Air Force, and he's saying he actually saw the vehicles and some sort of non-sentient being.
No, sentient beings. Non-sentient beings are Jasmine Crockett. Sentient beings have awareness and thought.
But this is something you've been reporting on, you've been paying attention to.
So in the spirit of Charlie Kirk, I decided I would do nothing but tell the truth when I came out here tonight. I was invited to be on his show a couple of months before he died, and I declined. That should give everybody pause. Take every opportunity you have with good people, because they might not be around forever. Dave Grush is a friend of mine, and he's a source, and I've known him for 3 years. I was texting him in the green room. I said, what can I tell Megyn's audience? He said, the problem with the aliens is that we care a lot about them, but they don't care a lot about us. In other words, we're still exploring this universe. The gorilla was only discovered in the middle of the 19th century. It was a mythical being that they finally discovered in the jungle. They found bodies and so on. I'm convinced, and I hate to tell you this, that Dave is telling the truth, and that against great pressure and great mockery, he's trying to describe our actual world to us. It's a world in which we have not made all the discoveries yet. Now, he often compares them to mountain lions. He says, do you believe in mountain lions? Everybody would say yes, right? How many of you have actually seen one?
I have seen one.
You've seen one?
In Montana.
Okay, well.
Yep. Ugly.
I
am
convinced that this isn't a psyop, that this isn't what conspiracy theorists call Project Blue Beam, an attempt to dazzle us all with a false god that will bring us all under, slavery of some sort of world government. I think that very rarely, but somewhat commonly over the years, going back through human history, we have been visited by beings of other types. It's a big universe, one we barely understand. We're very young. We're going to learn about, I can promise you this, we're going to learn more about this. And in the same interview, he tells you that Donald Trump knows a lot about it. That's my information too. If you know anything about Donald Trump, he will not avoid bragging about what he knows before he... So I expect him to be the president who tells us what we haven't heard.
So can you just outline it for us more clearly? What exactly is he telling you they've seen?
They've recovered craft that have crashed. Some of those craft have fought each other. In other words, people say, how could they crash? They come across the universe. Well, we're not so sure they'd come all that far, frankly. We're not so sure they don't have places nearby to come visit. They're a little bit like gardeners from the descriptions of the people I've had as sources. They check on the garden every once in a while, but they have their own business. They have their own family fights. They have their own voyages. Now, what he's talking about are actual bodies on the ground. I imagine there's going to be a day where you're going to sit down in front of your television and people who you trust, scientists, politicians, ones who don't necessarily agree with each other on everything, but do agree on something like the truth, will bring forward the evidence. You will be convinced. It will not rock your world if you're a religious person. You can handle it. If you've read the Bible, there are all sorts of creatures in there who aren't explained. If you believe that these are a demonic presence, I don't think they are any more than certain animals are. But, there was a time when we thought we were alone in the universe almost as a planet, that the sun revolved around us and so on. We survived the revelation that it was the other way around. We'll survive this. It'll be interesting. Kids will be more interested in science. I think our universe will light up for us again. They've kept it to themselves for, I think, obvious reasons. And I spoke to someone just recently. I said, how should they first disclose this? And he said, they should take the craft that they've reverse engineered that have capacities that you and I don't know about and fly them over Phoenix. And in fact, that happened because the Phoenix Lights is one of the great UFO scares of all time, if you know about it. So I predict that's going to happen, and I don't think it's going to be all that long. And I think after all the movies and all the pop culture, we're not going to be all that shocked by it. I think we'll integrate it, and it's not going to destroy our civilization to find out.
I have an idea for them to integrate into the United States in a way and the world, the Earth, that's going to make everybody really happy. It's going to make things non-controversial. People are going to be in favor of their addition to our way of life. They just have to start by grabbing one of us. I nominate Elizabeth Warren. Just you take her. She's gone. She probably was part of that Hopi tribe at your high school. Then we can all get behind that idea. Another unifier.
The problem with if Trump announces it, the liberals won't believe him. I mean, Trump could lay out absolute proof of this thing, and half of the people wouldn't believe it, just like, they went and grabbed Tylenol the minute it seemed like he was against it.
My friend just lost her ring. She went to replace it. She realized it was a gold ring. The price of it has gone up like 25% since she bought the ring a year ago. That's because gold is on the march upward. And it is the one time of year that Birch Gold Group gives away free gold with every qualifying purchase. That's right, for Black Friday, when you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, Birch Gold will send free gold to your home for every $20,000 purchased. Gold started this year around $2,600 an ounce. By October, it was over $4,000 an ounce. Why? Global uncertainty. 2025 has been defined by trade wars, central banks are pulling from the US dollar as the global reserve currency, and military tension continues to build. Gold thrives in times of uncertainty, and if you are looking to diversify your savings, Birch Gold can help you. Plus, now through November 30th, get free gold, I say, with a qualifying purchase. Just text MK to the number 989898 to claim your eligibility and for a free info kit on gold. But your opportunity for free gold with purchase will end on November 30th, so don't wait. Text MK to the number 989898 for full details. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.